The episode begins with the main protagonist's name Shiki Tsubasa, moving from Tokyo to Hokkaido. While on his way, his father messages him, apologizing that he can't pick him up due to having a lot of work. Shiki responds to his dad, saying it's okay. As he looks out the window and realizes he's close to his destination, Shiki asks the driver to stop so he can start walking. On the way he meets a beautiful girl named Fuyuki. He is surprised to see her bare-legged and doesn't even have a heavy jacket on when it is this cold. He then goes to her and asks her for directions, only to surprise to find out that by walking, it will take him 3 hours to reach his destination. He then planned to call another taxi, only to learn that he'll have to wait at least half an hour. Seeing he is getting depressed, Fuyuki then suggests that he should join her on the upcoming bus since it is going to take him to his destination anyway. Shiki agrees and waits. Fuyuki then asks him where he's from. When she learns he's from Tokyo, she gets excited and wonders why he moved here since, to her, this town seems pretty average compared to Tokyo. Hearing this, Shiki disagrees, saying he actually likes this town and finds it relaxing. After that, Fuyuki asks Shiki how old is he. After knowing, he is the same age and going to the same school as her. Fuyuki then starts to cling on to him, which makes Shiki blush. See, this is how to get a girl. Just tell her you are from Tokyo. While they waited, Fuyuki starts to feel cold and her nose starts running. Seeing this, Shiki gives her a tissue and feels happy because he's never even talked to a girl like this before. After that, Fuyuki starts to play around with Shiki. As she laughing, Shiki looks at her and end up calling her pretty without realizing it. Fuyuki then blush and tell him to cut the crap. The bus then pulls up shortly after, and Fuyuki boards it. However, Shiki is so preoccupied with his thoughts that he forgets to board the bus. The next day at school, Fuyuki is thrilled to find out that Shiki is in her class. She keeps teasing him by calling him by his first name, which leaves Shiki speechless. To him, only his family and close friends have ever used his first name. Later in class, Shiki starts feeling cold. He notices that everyone else in the class has jackets and blankets on. Luckily, Fuyuki sees this and lends him her blanket. At first, Shiki hesitates to take it, but she assures him it's okay since she always carries 2 blankets as she gets cold easily. As Shiki uses the blanket lent by Fuyuki, his imagination starts to run wild because it's still warm from Fuyuki's body. After class, Shiki returns the blanket to Fuyuki. And for some reason, when she receives it, she immediately smells it and teases him by saying it smells like both of them together. Then, as a thank you for lending him the blanket, she tells him to walk home with her. On the way, Fuyuki asks Shiki if he has a girlfriend. Shiki immediately denies it, which makes Fuyuki laugh. After walking her to the bus stop, Fuyuki then invites Shiki to come over to her place tomorrow. He then starts to have a panic attack, but she reassures him that she just wants to ask him more about Tokyo and stuff. After that, they exchange contact before part way. The next day, Shiki is feeling pretty nervous about going to Fuyuki's house. Just when he thinks things couldn't get any more nerve-wracking, she drops the bombshell that her parents aren't home today. Seeing his nervousness, Fuyuki starts teasing him even more by playfully touching him with her feet and asking what they should do. To add to the awkwardness, Fuyuki accidentally spills a drink on herself while pouring, forcing her to change clothes. This leaves Shiki struggling to keep his composure, especially when he sees how revealing her new outfit is. Luckily, Shiki comes up with a solution by suggesting they watch a movie together, providing a welcome distraction. While watching the movie later on, Shiki notices that Fuyuki has already fallen asleep. Seeing her vulnerable state, Shiki starts to feel upset, wondering if she doesn't see him as a guy, since who would fall asleep dressed like that with a guy around? After some time passes, Fuyuki wakes up, realizing she's been asleep the whole time, leaving Shiki to watch the movie alone. Fuyuki feels a bit guilty about it, but before she can say anything, Shiki tells her he has to leave because it's getting dark. The episode ends with Shiki walking home when suddenly Fuyuki comes running, apologizing for what happened. Shiki, seeming doesn't care at all, he then rushes toward her and wraps his scarf around her to keep her warm. Fuyuki blushes and takes his hand, asking him to come with her to the mart because she wants to treat him as an apology. If you come this far, please considering like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank